The history of science is punctuated by independent discovery, rare moments where researchers separated by oceans and decades strike upon the exact same mathematical proof or chemical process. Human ethics provides the most striking instance of this convergence. In 5th century BCE China, Confucius defined the word shu, reciprocity, as the one word that could guide a person's entire life. He instructed, "What you do not wish for yourself, do not do to others." During that same century in India, the Buddha taught followers to treat not others in ways that you yourself would find hurtful. A century earlier, the book of Leviticus in the Hebrew Scriptures recorded a parallel mandate: love your neighbor as yourself. Over a millennium later, Islamic teachings under Muhammad arrived at the same conclusion, stating that no one truly believes until he wishes for his brother what he wishes for himself. These civilizations operated with different languages, different cosmologies, and zero contact. Yet they all independently invented the same social technology, the Golden Rule. Philosopher Karen Armstrong views this global consensus as evidence of a shared biological and psychological architecture. This architecture relies on empathy. It requires a cognitive leap, recognizing that another person's inner life is as complex and real as your own. The rule functions as an invitation to imagination. It forces us to mentally simulate another person's perspective and feel their position. This simulation is a universal psychological prerequisite for human society. We evolved this mechanism to allow large, disparate groups to cooperate rather than collapse into conflict. Despite its universal discovery, the rule is difficult to execute. Our personal biases frequently distort our ability to apply it correctly. Philosophers analyze the rule through two distinct operating modes: the positive formulation, do unto others, and the negative formulation, do not do to others. The positive formulation contains a hidden friction. Projecting your subjective desires onto a stranger often results in a mismatch of needs. The negative version bypasses this. The basic sensation of harm, like hunger or physical pain, is remarkably consistent across our species. This consistency greatly simplifies the social equation. Avoiding universal negatives is a more reliable calculation than guessing a stranger's subjective joy. In 1993, the Parliament of the World's Religions brought 143 leaders from every major faith tradition to Chicago. These leaders held deeply opposing views on the nature of God, the structure of the cosmos, and the path to salvation. Despite total theological gridlock, they achieved consensus on a single document, the Declaration Toward a Global Ethic. That entire framework was built upon the Golden Rule. This consensus confirms the Golden Rule as the baseline code for human relationship, accessible with or without religious belief. We currently face a crisis of radical polarization. Our social structures often train us to view the other as an abstraction or a direct threat. In a deeply divided world, practicing reciprocal empathy functions as a radical act of defiance. Challenged to summarize his entire religion while balancing on one foot, the scholar Hillel answered, "What is hateful to you, do not do to your neighbor. The rest is commentary." The Golden Rule remains a daily, lifelong practice. The teaching is complete. Go and practice it.